The new update for Tom Clancy's The Division 2 is on its way, expected Feb 2022, and with it we're getting a bunch of new features, including the newly announced Expertise system. But what exactly is it? Hello and welcome, I'm Abrax, and in this video I'm going to be talking about and going over the recently released Intelligence Annex all about the new Expertise feature, a new way to progress your character and increase their power. From what I understand, the Expertise system is going to be a new way for us to increase the grade of weapons, gear, brands and skills in order to gain more power, working as an additional level of strength for our characters and builds. But let's take a look at the article itself and get a full rundown. Expertise is a new way for agents to further develop the performance of their gear, weapons and skill variants. Thanks to this feature, you will be able to improve the grade of your equipment and directly increase their base stats for greater efficiency. Of course, this feature will be complementary to the existing crafting and optimization systems to give you a new way to gain power while using your items on the field. Expertise will be available from the Recalibration station in the base of operations or Haven through a new dedicated Expertise tab. Okay, so that sounds good. We're going to access it in the same way we would if we were going to recalibrate an item. How does the Expertise feature work? With the new Expertise feature, you will be able to increase the grade of an item, brand, or gear set to increase its base stats, for example with the base damage bonuses for a weapon. The number of times you'll be able to increase the grade of these items will be equal to your Expertise level. To earn Expertise level, you will need to gain Proficiency rank by using an item, brand, or gear set in combat, or by investing resources into researching them. Once you reach the maximum Proficiency rank for said equipment, you will become proficient with it. It is important to note that you may only improve the grade of items, brands, or gear sets you are proficient with. Through this feature, we want to encourage players to experience new builds, playstyles, without penalising those who prefer to stick to their favourite one. Okay, so this is a pretty interesting sounding system. It kind of reminds me of the mastery system in Warframe, but with a bit of a different twist. In Warframe, you increase the item level to increase your character's level. However, in this, you need to increase your character's level in order to increase the weapon or item's level. The article also goes into the type of items that will be compatible with this new system, so let's take a look. Compatible item types. Expertise will be available for the following item types: weapons, brands, gear sets, named items, exotics, skill variants, and specialization weapons. It's quite interesting to see named items being their own category. I would have thought they'd be involved with the brands. For brands and gear sets, you will develop proficiency for all compatible equipment in these sets at the same time. That's what I mean. I would have thought named items would have been with the brands, but it's quite curious to see the separate. It is important to note you don't need to acquire a copy of an item before you can start developing the proficiency on it. You can see all of the possible items available for research in the Expertise tab in the Recalibration station. Also, with new content being added to the game, the pool of compatible items will increase, and therefore your capacity to develop your Expertise level further. Another good reason to discover and enjoy new equipment introduced with the new seasons. And it is nice to hear we are getting some new seasons. It is interesting to see that you don't need to own an item to increase the proficiency. I'm not 100% sure this is something I like. If they made it so you had to have the item equipped, could possibly encourage a little bit more build diversity, meaning that you would have to create and use something new in order to level those brands and weapons. I say that, I'm pretty sure if the amount of XP you get from using it is balanced higher than just throwing resources at it, it will be a big enough incentive to put something new together. But for that, we're going to have to wait and see. It's going to be interesting to see how this affects builds we see in the wild once it's live. So how do we gain proficiency? Gaining proficiency with items. An item's quality and type determines how many proficiency points is needed to reach a max proficiency rank of 10. There are 3 different ways which an agent can develop proficiency on an item. Using the item in the field and getting kill XP with them. By getting kill XP while compatible items are being equipped, you will earn proficiency points for each of them. Equipping several items from a brand or set will increase the proficiency points earnings for this specific type. So if you had, say, 3 pieces of Provenance equipped, you'd get more points than if you only had 1. I like that, that's good. Donating matching types. You can donate any item that matches the one you want to develop proficiency with, for example with similar gear set, brand or item. Donating materials, you will also be able to leverage your precious stash of materials and currencies to increase your proficiency, with rare elements yielding to better results. While donating items, materials could be a good way to quickly progress, you will also be able to passively earn proficiency points just by playing any activity within the game, as long as you have compatible items equipped. While donating items or materials could be a good way to quickly progress, you will also be able to passively earn proficiency points just by playing any activity within the game as long as you have compatible equipped items. You can check your current item's proficiency level at any time in the menu, or join the recalibration station to review all of them and what items you may miss from your current collection. I can't lie, I'm actually really looking forward to this. I've said it in other videos, but I really enjoy grindy gameplay. Give me a good enough carrot on a stick and I'll rerun the same missions for hours. So having something new to level and complete in game makes me happy. We do have a little more information here about the expertise level and usage. Expertise level and usage. As you gain proficiency ranks in more items, you will also increase the expertise level of your agent. You will also need to reach a certain number of cumulated proficiency ranks to level up. This is good. All expertise and proficiency progression are account-wide. For every level of expertise, players gain the ability to upgrade an item using materials. This works much like the optimization feature, but instead of increasing a particular attribute towards a max value, you instead get to increase the base stat of the item. This increase improves the item's grade. However, note that items may only be upgraded if the user is proficient in that item by having reached the max proficiency rank. Players may upgrade any given item as many times as their current expertise level. Upgrading each category item has an effect that is tied to that item's category. Weapons 1% increase to their base damage, gear 1% increase to their base armor value, skills 1% increase to the base damage, healing, stasis effect duration. And there, under important information, it does specify that this is a work in progress, so these numbers may change. Agents can continue to level up their expertise level by ranking up with all items available to them. Each time new items are added to the game, the max expertise level will also increase. I am really glad to hear this is account-wide. There's a bit of a glossary here, so I'll put that on screen if you want to have a look, but I'm really looking forward to getting this into the live game. Add this with the changes coming to the specializations, and it looks like the builds in the Division 2 are going to get a little bit deeper and overall more powerful, which both being pros in my eyes. If you missed the last intelligence annex, going over the changes coming to the specializations, I'll link my video going over that one in the description and in the top right of the screen here. I definitely recommend checking that out if you missed it. And if you want to read through either of the intelligence annex, expertise or the specializations, I'll link both of those articles in the description. So what are you thinking about these features so far? I'm feeling pretty positive. I'm still eagerly awaiting news on the new game mode. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of rerunning old content just to fill a new XP bar, and I feel like there are quite a few players that are really hanging on to hear what kind of replayability we'll get from it. But let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, giving it a like helps me battle the dreaded YouTube algorithm, and don't forget to subscribe for future content. And as always, a big thank you to my supporters over on Patreon for keeping me fueled on coffee. And if you would like to join them, you can support the channel for as little as £1 a month. You'll find a link for that in the description below, along with my Twitter if you fancy following me over there. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one.